Alright everyone, so we are live. It's Alex from XM Studios and we're here for another product reveal. So what we're going to do is, again, these are a series of videos where we are going through the images sent to us from the factory, the videos, and we're going to give a first look. We're going to go through it together and going to answer any questions and answers you have at the end. So, welcome everyone. Thank you for joining me. Again, this is something that I really want to do, something that I want to engage with the community, get involved and get people asking questions. I will also be doing a XM Studios official Facebook group, which I'm still starting up. So that should be started up at the end of the week, should be posted. It's going to be called XM Power is the actual name at the moment, because it's something one of the XM bosses says all the time. Every time something is good, he says power. So it's come from that really, but that's just the running name at the moment, so it might get a different name. But if you look up XM Power, you might be able to see the group and you might be able to request to join at the moment, but I will be adding everyone at the end. And then at the moment I've added a photo album for every single product that XM's been involved in, so that took me quite a while to do that, to kind of get them off the website, put them on the Facebook page and then link them to the group. So it's a bit time consuming, but hopefully we're there, and hopefully we'll get the group up within a week or so. I've been saying that for the last couple of lives. So who have we got here? So if I go back to, again, I'm using OBS, so we'll go back to OBS, and as I say, yep, I'm Alex Thomas. I am the social media manager, and for XM Studios. I'm also wearing my XM Studios shirt, which I got from, I think it was New York Comic Con, which looks like a mechanic shirt, but yeah. So let's get the chat up. So here we go. We've got EXP. Let's get it on. Dan Riley. What the storms have now passed. So sunny and Saturday. Yeah, it's been crazy weather outside in the UK. I mean, it's been really like raining a lot, thunderstorms, and I've been watching Vikings. So it's been quite funny because every time the thunder goes, I've been putting on a bad Scandinavian accent and saying about Odin striking his hammer and whatever else. Austin in the house, yo. Ron Ross, yo, good morning. And Adam as well. So yeah, we've got everyone in the house watching. So yep, thanks for joining me. Thanks for live. Thanks if you're watching on the reruns. So what we do is this again. This one is for the Spider-Man 2099. So a little bit of the blurb for the Spider-Man. So XM Studios is excited to present our next Marvel Premium Collectible Series, Spider-Man 2099. Spider-Man 2099 is made to order, but it's set to a maximum edition size of 599. So that means it will never go above 599. But if it doesn't make the orders, it can go below. The background. So in an alternate future, the Twisted Alchemax company altered geneticist Miguel O'Hara's DNA and accidentally made him into a hero. Now 50% Spider, Miguel took inspiration from the original Spider-Man to take up the cause of justice. I think he's blind as well, because if you actually look at the statues now, he actually has his eyes covered, and I think he actually does like a radar thing. Spider-Man 209 collectibles. Spider-Man 209 Premium Collectible statue features Spider-Man launching himself off a battered futuristic vehicle in New York. Yeah, so I've actually been reading the comics lately again, and the base is actually one of the vehicles that the kind of law enforcement use in the comics. Two head sculpts, so one masked and one unmasked, crafted in cold cast porcelain. Each painstakingly handcrafted statue is individually hand painted with the highest possible quality finish, and then the edition size is currently made to order. The concept of this was by Hive Studios. The sculpt was by Phil Herman, and the art print is by Carlos D'Atelio, and then again all wrapped up by the XM in-house design and development team. The product size is 39 wide by 35 deep by 45 high, so it's actually quite a very displayable piece. And then the product weight is going to be 9 kilos, which is probably about 20 pounds ish, so it's quite heavy for the size. So yeah, that's that. Got who else we got here? Joe R, good morning. Damien in the house as well. He's a South African distributor. Kenny Lee, good morning. First comic I ever read, got me hooked on it. This was one of the comics where they pulled me in as a kid. 2099 was a bit, it came out in like the 90s. The Spider-Man 2099, I think, is the only one of that run that actually looked quite cool. The Venom, the Doom, the Punisher, I don't think they really look that great. And the Spider-Man one is the only one that really holds up over time. And I think it was just great design. But I think, if I remember correctly, the cover was a foil cover. So it was one of those ones in the 90s where you think, oh, I'm going to keep all these foil covers. I'm going to keep them perfect condition, and they're going to be worth an absolute fortune, and this is going to be my retirement. And I'm pretty sure that was the case with that. Well, Nick, that's why I'm not touching anything. Nick is saying, anyone want to bet Alex breaks something? Yeah, I'm not touching anything there. So Dan Riley sounds like a good weight. Yeah, I mean, so I actually got sent the trade paperback by a friend of mine, Marcus. So I've been going through it. It's a bit slow to get started on, but yeah, it's an interesting story. So I will be going through that. And who else we've got? I can't see the last name properly yet. So great concept. As I say, I'm really excited to see this one in hand. It was actually ready for Singapore Toy Game Comic Con last year, I believe, but it was still pending approval, so we couldn't actually show it. So it was quite frustrating, and I did actually really want to see it. And I think Sang showed me some pictures on his phone, which were pretty bad pictures. I never really got to see it. Joshua, good morning. Yeah, EXP preach. I've literally got down here, funny enough, I've got 3 boxes of comics, another box over there which is Modern Variants, which is another modern day foil thing. I've got 3 boxes down here, and I'm pretty sure there are 299s in there somewhere, but these are full of 90s comics which are worth absolutely nothing, and I'm pretty sure the price I paid for them, I could buy a mint copy cheaper now than I could have then. So yeah, I'm trying to go through them and see if there's anything worthwhile going through. Manny Mendez, what's up? I really like how the Reds raised on the suit, the modern take on the suit compared to Prime 1's. I think, Prime 1 did a great job on their piece. There were a few issues with the cape, which I hope we've learned from, and we won't actually replicate that. I believe ours is going to be more of a PU. Theirs was really, really brittle. I broke one. Friend broke one, and I know several people who they just shattered. They were so poorly constructed. When are you making a Nova? Michael, is that a Richard Rider or a Frankie Ray? I'm assuming you mean Richard Rider. Likely, with the movies and the character's going to get some time. Possible. And then with the Frankie Ray, I would absolutely love XM to do a Frankie Ray after they do the... it's likely they're going to do a Silver Surfer, which is my dream character. I'd love them to do a Frankie Ray to go with Silver Surfer. Absolutely love it. But loving the statue, but no, without the mask. I think that's the same with the other one. I owned the other version, and the unmasked head for me on the other version. I've never used it. I think it's good to always have a switch out option. There are people who switch out their statues every week. I personally will choose one head, and I'll have the other head accessible, but I very rarely swap them. So for me, once I make a decision on the head I like, I'll put it there, and it will stay there, and it will be on there pretty much indefinitely. It's the same as a lot of the Venom. XM Venom has 3 heads. I've always used the kind of McFarlane style head. Lizard has 2 heads. I've always had the more kind of classic head on there. No, sorry, the more modern head, and the classic head just sits by the side. I've never switched it. Again, Weapon X, never switched it. Electro, never switched it. Yeah, they just stayed there. And even though the other head's next to him, I never switch them out. Kane Swiss in the house. The statue looks amazing. Wait, what? Surfer, oh my god, don't even joke. No, I mean, it's not been announced, it's not been clarified, but it's just one of those characters that it got held up with the issues between Marvel and Fox for a long, long time. Now Marvel has taken over Fox. They're starting to add their stuff onto Disney Plus and all these other things going on. Once the characters get relaunched, they'll loosen up on the sort of Fantastic Four side of things, I think. That's my prediction, not set in stone prediction. So yeah, I mean, that's my dream character. Silver Surfer, Galactus, Frankie Ray. I'd love all of those to be done by XM Studios. Really digging this piece. Not a fan of Spider-Man 299, but a good statue. Again, I mean, it's one of those things where the concept of this character, I think, is absolutely amazing. I love the concept. I love the design of the suit. There are many different versions of the Spider-Man suit. Different people playing, different people as Spider-Man in those. But I do think there's a few of them that really stand out. Obviously, I love the kind of classic look of the Spider-Man, Peter Parker. I love the kind of Ben Reilly Scarlet Spider-Man look, and I love the 2099 looks. I think they are three of the best. Superior Spider-Man, yeah, I mean, he's cool, but if I had to choose like Superior or Iron Spider, I'm going to go with Iron Spider. I think that's just a better design for me. I'm trying to think of other ones. I mean, there's like Spider Hulk. There's Man Spider. There's Doppelganger. I'd love to see XM do a Doppelganger. There is. God, I'm trying to think now. There's loads of them. I love the 6 arms on Spider-Man when he gets the virus. Loads of them. I've just picked up XM Beat Bill, the custom Ghost Rider coming. I need a Silver Surfer, Black, and a Richard Rider. Yeah, I mean, the Fallen one would be the Fallen, or is he the Fallen one? He would be great as a variant for sure. Really would be. Silver Surfer piece would be epic. EXP, take my money. Spider-Man 299 is my favourite. Yeah, I think it's one of those things as well. I mean, like, I don't know how old you are, Josie, but basically that kind of age that I was when I saw the 2099, I think he must have been like 95 or somewhere around then. So I would have been like 14, 15, and at that sort of age, or maybe even before that, probably before that. I just remember seeing it and thinking, this is so cool. This is really cool. Do a Miles Morales, yeah, that would be good. Be very good. I mean, looks like he's going to take over as Spider-Man really anyway, as the main Spider-Man, I think. So that's a possibility. Yeah, we need Mr. 1101. Yeah, we need Fantastic Four is one of those ones where companies other than Bowen haven't really done a complete set. They've only ever done like 1 or 2 characters, never complete the set. And one of the things I love about XM, not just because I work for them, is the fact that they will complete a line if they say they will. So they went with the Spider-Man villains. They said they were going to make the whole line. They did. They delivered. And I believe that if XM started with a Fantastic Four line and say they're going to make them, they're going to do them. So that's one of the things I love about XM Studios. All right, sorry, I've rambled on a lot. I've just had a coffee, so I'm wired. So what I'll do is let's go on to the video. So this has been sent to me from the factory. So the 360 of the piece and just some close-ups. So let's get into it. You ready? Okay. So there's no actual music or anything on this. I just wanted to put the video out there, and it'll be me rambling over the top. As you can see, you got the different textures there. You got the kind of shiny bits, textured kind of material there, and then you got the raised parts of the red, which I really love how they've done that. The cape also has a nice flow to it. Also think this piece would pair off wonderfully with the Iron Spider we've got coming. I've just been sent a video of the Iron Spider and it looks absolutely amazing. I've been sent a video as well of how the arms work. So that's quite interesting. We're going to put that out very soon. But I do think they would look great together. Really, really good. One of the things I would absolutely love, another piece that I would love XM to do, is a Maestro Hulk. Maestro Hulk is a villain to Spider-Man 2099. He's a villain to Hulk, and he's a villain to Old Man Logan. So I'd love to see an Old Man Logan. I'd definitely love to see Maestro Hulk. XM Studios needs to get on that as soon as possible. There you go, there's the head there. So as you can see, his eyes are not exposed. He does like a sonic radar thing. Great detail there, the way that the images, the logos are raised, and then all of the reds are all raised all throughout the body. There's the unmasked head there. He's also got poisoned claws, I believe, as well, and he has vampire-like powers, so he can bite people. And, not vampire-like, but yeah, so vampire teeth, but he can poison people by biting them like a spider. Great detail on the base there. Also like the little blades coming out of his forearms as well. I think they're really, really cool. Again, I agree. I mean, this is one of the coolest Spider-Man design suits. I tell you, one of the others I do like is I think it's like Web of Spider-Man 1 or 200, where they have the armoured Spider-Man, who looks pretty cool. So there's another foil cover, which I thought was going to be worth a fortune. I love the flow of the hand there as well, where it's not just a fist, it's not just open, it's kind of like clenching. I do like that. Sort of in the middle of the two. Yeah, really nice. There you go. And there's our social media. If you haven't seen it, make sure you're following it. We're trying to grow those, and we will be doing competitions and things as we go along. So get back to me. Dan Riley, yeah, Fantastic Four is a great shout. Yeah, I mean, I think it's just one of those things that, unfortunately, there was the issues behind the scenes with Marvel Fox. So, we were trying to get them approved, and no one was allowed to make those for a little while. There was a few other characters. X-Men was a bit slow as well, and now that's all been relaxed. Really looking forward to that opening up and people making those characters. The base there looks incredible there. Yeah, as I say, if you look at the comics, I think on the first or second page you can see what that is. It's on the first or second page of the first comic. Looks great by Austin. Kane Swiss really looks outstanding, man. Dan Riley, Maestro Hulk, now you're talking. That's something which I will be pushing hard behind the scenes. I will be telling those guys, if you don't make it, I'm not going to be happy. So yeah, it's Maestro Hulk is something personally, but unfortunately, Dan, Silver Surfer's my priority. So they need to do a Silver Surfer before they do a Maestro, and these are characters which I really, really want. But it's not as simple as let's make this character. There's a lot that goes on behind the scenes, and some of these characters, even if today they've decided yes, it could take 2 years before you even see anything. It's such a long process behind the scenes, unfortunately. Maybe I should do a video on how, from the sort of cradle to grave process of a statue. I think that'd be quite an interesting thing, because since working for XM, I've picked up on a lot of things which I only ever made assumptions about, and I was wrong pretty much about a lot of it. I made an assumption about why this takes so long and that takes so long, and now joining an actual company, you can see firsthand why things happen and why there are delays and why, so it is interesting. What's the small spider cape? Not really appealing to me. Yeah, it's the webbing on the cape is just, that's the design of the piece. I should have brought down the comic, it's actually next to my bed at the moment, but that's actually how it is. I don't think it's very functional, but yeah, it just looks cool. Painting of the hexagon texture, and normal suit texture is amazing. Yeah, I love it when things have that, where they have that break in. Obviously with the original, he would have just had that kind of midnight blue all over, and then the reds breaking it up, and I think he has like a darker blue in certain highlight parts. But when you kind of modernize it, and then you have the smooth texture, and then the kind of heavy material textures, I love the way that happens. I love the way it breaks up the piece and stops it being a bit too boring and kind of like monotonous. They now the anatomy. I think the anatomy looks great. I'm actually excited about this piece, and I've got a nice space over there. I think I might have to get this. Definitely get this one. Take advantage of my staff discount, I tell you. So yeah, and also with the fact that I can go over to Singapore, I don't get stung with the kind of extortionate shipping rates, so I could pick one up in Singapore and fly it back, hopefully. Joe, that would be an awesome video. Yeah, Kane Swiss, Silver Surfer is a must. Silver Surfer is way overdue. I mean, the last Silver Surfer piece by a licensed company in quarter scale, I think, was 2011 or 12. So Silver Surfer is so overdue, and I need it. And I need to see it as soon as possible. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. I'm just waiting for Joe's comment to be moved up, because I think it's a little bit low. Let me see if I can move him up there. Oh yes, that video would be awesome, so we can have full understanding of the process. Yeah, I just think that there are a lot of people who will make assumptions about how things are made and how the processes are behind the scenes and whatever else, and I am guilty of that, very guilty of that. I mean, we've done loads and loads of videos about certain things, and we've been very vocal about certain other things, and I think that before joining the company, you just make assumptions about why this is happening, why that's happening, why this is taking so long, and it's not the case all the time. But yeah, again, this is me rambling on for 23 minutes, but we're going to finish up there. The next video, I think, off the top of my head, is Jessica Cruz, which I think is next Thursday. But also, I will be posting my update video, which that should be going up in the next few days. I just had a problem with my editing software, kind of decided to shut down and not work. So yeah, I'll be getting that out in the next few days. And again, I mean, thanks for everyone who's watching. Make sure you click on the thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe if you don't subscribe, and let us know in the comments if there are any pieces that you would like to see on these. Obviously, pieces that have been made, have been pre-ordered, and are on their way to kind of come in, so that we can show you the 360s of. This is something that originally I was meant to be going to China to actually go through these in China in the factory and make these videos while in front of the piece, but unfortunately with the current situation that's been delayed, and I'm having to do it through this with feedback from the team. So hopefully once this all blows over, I'll be in China every couple of months, in Singapore, and I'll be actually seeing these in person, picking them up, wobbling them around, making sure everything fits properly, really scrutinising them, and getting in there, getting my hands dirty. So that's what I'm really hoping, and that's what it is. Also looking to do some more sort of live videos, for example, when the as you can see up there, the kind of photo album, I think when the photo album goes live, or when we first get the photo album approved, I may go through the pictures and do this kind of video with like a Q&A of the first reveal of the images. I may do something like that as well. Just depends on timings, really. With the live feeds as well, it's 2 p.m. here, so it's 9 p.m. in like Singapore, and then it's something like 7 a.m. in parts of America. So it's really hard to get the timings right as well, so everyone can benefit from the live, or whether it's worth just doing a video just film it, post it, and do when you do a premiere, so I can comment on the comments. I don't know whether that would be a better way, but I prefer to do it so that I'm interacting with the comments as they're coming up. I do really like that. We also video. On a side note, what's the issue with bringing UK with? What's the issue with bringing UK with transformation face? Okay, I think you mean something else. I think you mean bringing. What's the issue? People bring it up with the Hulk transformation face. I don't know. I mean, that looks like a one-off situation because that highlighting and lighting, and I'm hoping it's all highlight and lighting. I've asked the team and they've shown me images of a batch of them and it doesn't seem to be an issue. So I'm hoping that's just a one-off or a very few affected with that, because it looks a bit off. And again, the light was bright. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. I've asked for feedback from the team. They've sent me images of batches of them where they're panning across all the faces, and none of the others have that at all. So I don't know. I'm hoping it's just a one-off thing where unfortunately one slipped through the QC net, which can happen. So what we got here? EXP. Sorry, let me go through the last comments. Thanks, Alex, for the video. You rock, man. Thanks, buddy. I'll pay you later. Cheers, man. Great information. Great video. Keep up the great work. Cheers, Damien. Joe, thanks for the video. Stay safe. Where is the Iron Spider, eh? I'm assuming you're from Korea with those characters. Yeah, the Iron Spider video will be coming very soon. It's not gone off a pre-order yet. Again, we have a video coming out where our guy in China, Xiao, he's actually showing you how the limbs work, and basically you have 3 sections, and the section like here and here held together with like an Allen key, and then here and here, so like you can move them all exactly where you want them, and then you tighten them with the Allen key so that they are stiff, and it looks really good, really good. I just saw my Prime 1299. It was a great piece, lots of texture, great pose, but that base was a nightmare to display. So this XM1 looks perfect for my, in my opinion. Not too wide, not too tall. Yeah, it looks like very easy display. Piece looking outstanding to me. Great job. Thanks. All right, I'm going to finish there, people, and thank you very much for watching. And take care and enjoy the rest of your Saturday and the rest of your weekend. Bye bye.